There's a lot of negativity in the world right now, and a lot of people are hearing bad news. A lot of people are sad. A lot of people are struggling right now. But there's also a lot of great news in the world today. There's also a lot of great things going on today. And that's why I wanted to write this post today: 6 ways to increase the power of your praise, right? I think that if we can get better at praising people, now, again, this is not worshiping, but this is encouraging. This is speaking those words. Man, you're doing great. Here's what you're doing that we really value. And so I wanted to write today about how to increase the power of your praise, how to increase the power of your encouragement, and why it's so important, right? I don't think we really need to talk about why it's so important, but it really is. And I think we underestimate its power. A lot of times we just kind of think, well, they know they're doing a great job. Everyone knows they're doing a great job. Well, no, because there's so much negativity, there's so much criticism, and there's so much even just in the spirit of excellence. We tend to dive right into how we can improve things for the sake of efficiency and the sake of not sugarcoating it, and just let's dive right in. But I think we really need to get better at praising. And so, a couple of thoughts here as we look through this post, and you guys can get it at renewedleadership.org/the blog, or just sorry, blog, not the blog, just blog. And you can get there, and it's a really good post about helping you see why it's important. So the first thing here is how praising others improves their lives. Right, and I think that's really important for us to see that it really does help other people when we do this. It helps others achieve more when they can see that their momentum is picking up. Man, that's good. I just taught a class on knowing your God calling, and a big part of that is asking people, "What do you see that I'm gifted at? What do you see that I'm good at? What are those natural abilities that you see in me?" And so when people can get encouraged and say, "Man, when you did that, this was really good. You just seem to be really good at that." It builds their confidence and to lean in and put more energy into that. Um, it creates a friendly environment. I know sometimes as a leader, there's been times where I've been sarcastic and kind of made some negative things, just being funny, trying to be sarcastic, lighthearted, whatever. And all of a sudden, what happens is I do it, and then another person, and another person, another person. All of a sudden, it's gone to a point where it just feels negative. And so when we reverse that, we begin to encourage each other, lift each other up. That's a place that people want to be in. Okay, so here are, well, I don't want to give all 6 away, but you can dive into the blog to get all 6. But here's a couple of them: tips for how to give praise effectively. So, number one is look for good news. When we look for good news, when we look for the things that people are doing that are good, as opposed to I'm looking for ways to just criticize them, or looking for ways where they made a mistake, or I'm looking for ways that they can improve all the time. We generally are looking for good news, and we're trying to figure out ways to say, "Hey, man, you look good in that new shoes. Hey, when you got up and spoke, man, that was really good." Looking for good news. Our eyes are out looking. We can see them. Um, Focus on the effort as well as the ability. Man, so oftentimes we look at just the ability and say, man, it wasn't quite there. But look at the effort, right? We all know the story, right? When the kid is failing in a class and they come home and they bring home a C, we want to praise the fact that they went from an F to a C, and not say, "Well, you're still not at an A, so it doesn't really count. You're still not there," right? But praise that effort, encourage that effort, and say, "Okay, man, you're working hard. I know it took a lot of work to go from an F to a C, and a great job, great job. Let's lean into that." Okay. Number 4 is be specific. Be specific. A lot of times I think we just say, "Hey, great job. Hey, thanks, guys. Woo, great job." But when you can begin to pull someone aside and actually be very specific about what they did and how it impacted the service, how it impacted the team, how it impacted your company, whatever it might be, that it's very specific. When you opened the door and smiled, I saw that person light up. When you helped that, I remember when I was opening doors for, there was times where there was like an elderly lady would come and she'd have a wheelchair, and we'd open the door for her and help get the wheelchair out. When you can pull someone aside and say, hey, when you did that, I just saw her face light up. Someone runs sound, and not just say, great job, but actually, hey, I noticed that the sound was different because you were paying attention to the different vocalist, and I noticed that when she led, you would raise the mic up. Great job on that. Number 6 is choose the right timing and location. I think that this one's really important. Oftentimes, again, we try and praise everybody the same way, and I think that's important to find the right time and the right place for different people and in different situations, right? There's times where you can publicly praise people and say, hey, so-and-so did a great job at the Easter outreach. Let's give them a big round of applause. Then there's times where you just take them out to lunch and you just say, hey, great job when you did this or that. That was great. Or you write them a note, right? Maybe you make an award, employee of the month type thing, right? And so doing praise in different ways, in different locations, different times. It's not always the same. It's not, fill in the blank, to-do list on the staff meeting report. You have to praise somebody, right? People begin to pick up on that and kind of think, well, you're just kind of filling in a blank there. But when you do it in different ways, and again, knowing their personality, what's their love language? Is it sending them a gift with a thank you note that just says, hey, thank you for what you've done? Maybe it's an act of service, doing something for them as a way of praise. Maybe it's, again, taking them to lunch or saying it in front of the whole staff. I think choosing how you give praise is very important. So again, check out the blog. It's there. 6 ways to increase the power of your praise. It's a great read, quick read. And so thanks for watching. Hopefully this video has